Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I'm always breathing hard every time I start recording something. But anyway, I'm just now leaving church. I presented the Sunday school lesson today. I think it went really well. Check out my church's Facebook page, Salem Missionary Baptist Church Facebook page on Facebook. If y'all want to check that out. So now I'm about to go to Sonic and get me some breakfast. I've been waking up pretty early these last few days. I think that's partially because I've been taking like naps at weird times, so it's like I get the bulk of my sleep during my naps. So I really should stop doing it if I'm planning on sleeping in. But I mean, it doesn't really matter right now at this point. Christmas is almost here, and I have yet to finish Christmas shopping. I only bought like a few things here and there. Like I bought a few things at that pop-up shop I went to last week, but the major lifting of my Christmas shopping has not been done yet. And I think this is probably the latest I've ever waited. Or no, I'm probably lying on me. But it's probably getting to that point where it's too late to order stuff on Amazon or just order stuff from any place in general and expect it to be delivered by Christmas. So probably gonna have to actually look in the store to see what I can find. Hopefully I have some luck. And next year, y'all, please tell me, please tell me to start doing my Christmas shopping in advance so I can stop putting the stress on myself. Alright, so this time I'm getting a grilled cheese sandwich with bacon added. If you haven't tried that at Sonic, please try it because it's literally life-changing. Because I already love grilled cheese, and it's like the bacon just adds extra pizzazz. Hey y'all, I'm back home now. And as part of VLOGMAS, I want to spend at least one video explaining our reflections from the year. And I was planning on reflecting on a resolution that I made at the beginning of the year. And I don't know if I made one. Because normally I put everything in my journal. This is the journal I got right here. And I've had this one since 2017. And I can tell that I haven't been journaling as much as I used to, because by now this thing would have been all filled up. It's like when I get into the habit of journaling, I stick to it for a while and then I stop. And then once I stop, it takes me a minute to get back into it. But I need to be more intentional about journaling because I think it really helps me bring some clarity to my thoughts. And when I journal, I usually just reflect on whatever's been going on that week or that day. And then I'll end the journal entry by putting 3 lessons and 3 blessings that have happened since the last time that I wrote. And sometimes I end up putting a lot more because, you know, when you look hard, you can see a lot of blessings happening throughout the week. And I think this is something I learned from my friend Janae. I think it might be useful for me to just spend some time reflecting on the blessings and the lessons that I did put down this year, because I really haven't journaled much at all. Let me see. The last time I journaled was October 11, 2020. I don't think I have that many entries for this year. I got like 6 pages of entries this year. Because the first one is from January 7, 2020 at 12:20 p.m. But I didn't put a resolution. So I'm thinking I probably did make one. But I know I did have some goals for this year. So I think I'm going to reflect on those. I'm going to share them with y'all and reflect on them. Yeah, because I put in this journal entry. So I got my goals for 2020 written down. And I'm going to make it a habit of praying over these goals daily. You know, I was in a really good habit of doing it at the beginning of the year, but then I kind of slacked off on it. So next year, I want to make sure I'm more intentional about praying about my goals. Because I think that helps put things into perspective too each day. Because that shows you the things that you need to do to help those goals become your reality. So I wanted to pay down the balance on one of my credit cards. I did do that. I think that might have been one of the biggest blessings of 2020 because I was reckless in college with these credit cards. And I put also another blessing from January 7, 2020. I'm thankful for growth and learning to be patient and kind to myself. Oh, that's something I really struggle with because I'm really hard on myself all the time. I'm just kind of trying to learn to give myself more grace and to forgive myself for things I think I could have done better. I think I still really do struggle with this. And then one of the lessons I put down is you have a lot to bring to the table, so bring it. All right. And March 2nd, When I started my entry, I said, I keep telling myself that I need to start journaling more regularly and never do it. LOL. Still struggling with the same stuff I see. And some blessings from that month, I was able to see Kelsey, one of my friends from college in Memphis. That was a great day, not gonna lie. Definitely a highlight of 2020. I went to this women's empowerment event held by Cassie from Forest City. That was a powerful event. And then I also put an encounter I had with a student at the high school when she realized that I was the one who wrote the King High books. That was up there for one of my top moments of 2020 for sure. And then the lessons that I had from March. For my March entry says boundaries are necessary. 2, you're young, experience life. And number 3 is accept what it is and move forward. I wonder what I was talking about here. And then also sometimes I like to put the things that I'm worried about in my journal entries too. But just because it allows me to really just take a look at the things that are stressing me out. And then I also, at the end of it, I put, have I prayed about it? I'm weird in a way that I can be stressed out about something and then still won't pray about it. So I think that's something I still got to do better at next year. So I didn't journal from March all the way to October. Ain't no telling how much stuff I miss between now and then. When I do miss a lot of stuff like that, I try to go back and look at my photos and my phone to take a lot of pictures to remember the things that happened in that time period. And I started this entry by saying, man, I wish I would have journaled more this year because 2020 has been wild. Talking about COVID, Kobe Bryant, Chadwick Boseman, my sister graduating high school. Think about all the good writing I actually got done over the summer. I really did get some good writing done this year, I ain't gonna lie. And this October entries, I talked about starting my YouTube channel. It's also just cool seeing the things that were really weighing heavy on me and like the mistakes I consider myself making in these entries. Because I know at the moment I probably wrote this one thing, I'm not gonna mention the details of it. I know I beat myself up about it, but now I feel like I'm over that. And I think that's the beauty of looking back and reflecting on everything that's gone on. I bought me a new car all by myself. That was definitely a blessing. Shout out to God for that one. But yeah, I'm gonna try to be more intentional about journaling in 2021. My goal has always been to journal at least once a week. And there have been previous years where I did a lot better at it, but now 2020 has just been so crazy. Like I've experienced so much growth and I've learned so much more about myself this year than I have in previous years. And I think this year, even though it has had its ups and downs, I think it's really set me up to be in a good place in 2021 as far as like what I want to do with my life, what I want for myself, and the areas that I need to work on, and also just realizing my strengths and my weaknesses and things I'm willing to tolerate and the things that I'm not willing to tolerate. So for 2020, I made goals that were like my general goals, and I also had some writing goals for 2020. So let's see how I did. All right, my main goal for this year was consistency. And the bullet points I put was to stop delaying / avoiding things if they seem difficult or emotionally taxing. If I had to grade myself on these, yeah, let me grade myself on these. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give myself a 5 on it. Because especially in these last few months, I have been delaying a lot of stuff that God had told me to do just because I thought they were going to be difficult. And usually the things that I think are going to be difficult are less difficult than they might seem they will be. Crushed debt, credit card, and student loans, I'm going to give myself a 6 out of 10 on that one. Because even though I did pay off one of my credit cards, I feel like my balance on some others increased like closer to the end of this year. Because initially I was like saying I have like a specific plan that I'm following that I made for myself. Once I paid off this credit card, I was gonna like work to gradually pay off my other credit cards. So I paid down that one card, and then I was paying down on the other card that I had, but then I gradually started charging more stuff to it and not completely following my savings and my budget. So I'm gonna give myself a 6 out of 10 on that one. Write almost every day. Almost, keyword, almost. Honestly, I did pretty good with this in the first half of the year. In the second half, I think that's when I started to slack a little bit. I honestly think I'm gonna give myself an 8 out of 10 on this one, because given everything that's been going on, I think I did pretty good at not going too long without writing. Attend a writers conference, you know, that wasn't about to happen because of COVID, so that's okay. But I did attend a virtual Y'all Fest conference, so I'm gonna give myself a check mark on that one. And another goal I had was to be a vendor at least 4 events, because I feel like I need to promote my books more and sell them. And I think I only did 2 events, and I'm okay with that, because honestly, the anxiety that I've had surrounding COVID, like, I think that's pretty good. Exercise 3 times per week. I'm gonna give myself a 0 out of 10 on that one. I have not been doing it, and I really do. I feel like I'm at this age where I really do need to start taking my health more seriously. So I have to do that ASAP. 2021, gotta be on it. Read 1 book per month, 10 out of 10, because I know I've already hit 12 books for the year, if not more. And take more trips was another goal I had. COVID again. And now let's go back to the writing goals. Well, really, these weren't goals that were general to 2020. These are just goals that I have in general, I guess. Okay, so my writing goals, these are long-term goals. Goal number 1, make a living as a full-time writer. That's like my ultimate goal. Like, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life, period. And what I want to do, so I was trying to figure out about how I want to like use my series. So if I do get like a traditional publishing deal, like what would I do with my series? Would I try to traditionally publish those as well? But I think I'm gonna be more of like a hybrid author. So I'll continue to self-publish while also doing some traditional publishing too. So right here, I wrote down, I would want to continue to self-publish my Christian fiction series, which is the King High series, and then get a book deal for a standalone novel, which is what my 3rd book is. Yeah, so those are the goals that I had. Well, I still have these goals. I'm really hopeful for 2021, because given everything that I've gone through this year, I just know God has so much in store for me next year. Will it be without trouble and hardships? Probably not, but I'm still hopeful. And I got faith that God's gonna work everything out for me, because He's called me to do a lot of scary things this year, and I'm already seeing like the benefit of everything He's called me to do. All right, and so I guess probably this week or near the end of this week, I'm gonna continue to reflect on my goals. I'm gonna journal, kind of try to put down everything that's been going on lately, and then make my goals to 2021. Trying to see if I want to end the video here, because I don't really know what else I'm gonna be doing today. I'm gonna try to keep this video a little short, because I don't know if y'all like the shorter videos or the longer videos. But if you prefer one over the other, please comment down below so I can know. Thank y'all for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And please feel free to comment your goals for the new year or your goals from last year down below. And let me know how you did on the goals. And let's get ready for 2021 and to give our best effort every day leading up to then and then after that too. I will see y'all next time.